Hi there, here's what's going on here. The Forgotten Video Store is a weird and kind of gross rental store in North Hollywood where all their videos are bootlegs of unreleased, lost, or otherwise impossible to find movies. And on this podcast, we go to the Forgotten Video Store and rent one of their movies and try to make sense of it. I'm your host, David Murto, aka Daddy Big Cup. Welcome to the show, and my guest this time is an entertainment news reporter with Lapping Place. One of my favorite guests is back. It's Mike Celestino!
Hello!
Thanks for coming back, Mike.
Thank you for having me back for the fourth time on the show, but the second time we've recorded this episode.
Mike, I know your podcast is like 250 episodes or whatever, but this is like a new podcast, and I'm trying to give the impression that I'm a professional and I know what I'm doing.
I mean, everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. It happens to literally everybody, so you don't have to worry about it.
But I just, if this is their first time listening, it's like, oh, this guy didn't even know to clear his SD card before.
Nobody's going to stop listening to this show just because
you know what? Let's just move past it.
Okay. Sorry.
Pretend like this is our first time doing this.
Okay. It's great to be back for the first time and the fourth time. First time doing the fourth episode.
Thank you.
Yep.
Welcome to the interrogation chamber. Mike, you have some pretty serious food allergies. You have celiac disease and you're terribly allergic to eggs. True or false?
Okay, I have celiac disease, which means I can't eat gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat and barley, so I can't eat a lot of bread. I can't eat pasta unless it's like specially made. Gluten-free pasta made out of rice usually. And then the egg thing, so I've been tested for the eggs and it comes back negative for the allergy. But
I didn't know that.
Whenever I eat eggs, I get sick. So I don't know how to account for that. But I avoid eggs also.
Gotcha. Question 2. Would you rather eat a fried egg on whole wheat toast or dog shit?
I would vastly rather eat the fried egg on whole wheat toast, and I would really, really enjoy it and then feel sick for like a week and a half.
But it wouldn't haunt you for the rest of your life.
Right.
And that was the interrogation chamber. The movie you picked out this week, Mike, was a gritty 70s crime drama by the name of Crooked Canine.
1973.
So Crooked Canine starts out and it's Walter Matthau's there, and we love him from The Odd Couple and Grumpy Old Man.
Yep, and Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah,
he's Mr. Wilson.
It's nighttime. He's like a New York cop, and he's like apparently talking to himself in his car on a stakeout, like munching on the snacks or whatever. It's just him and the dog with it's a canine unit. He has the dog next to him.
Yeah.
In the cop car, and they're watching a NYU building or something. Matthau's like, even though I only have 7 days left on the force, I'll always be there for you, buddy. It's like, oh, is he talking to the dog?
Right.
So basically, like, some of the no good NYU students come out and they meet some people like on the street and they shake hands. It's very conspicuous, right? And so Matthau's like, it's showtime. And he like lets the dog out, and the dog like bounds after them, and the kids start to run. It's a real cool the movie's like, it's like a minute in the movie and we're off and running basically, and the kids like try to climb up a tree and the dog like catches him and like rips off the back of his pants, and you can see his butt and stuff, and like the dog pins him down and it's like, he's got it. He's got the stuff. And you're like, okay, this is an interesting development in this movie. The dog can speak English.
You may recognize the voice as Hawkeye himself from MASH.
Not Hawkeye from the MCU.
No, he probably wasn't born yet.
Yeah. When was MASH on? Was this before or after MASH? After MASH.
No, it's not after MASH.
It's definitely not after MASH.
MASH would have been, I want to say, mid to late 70s.
So this was like before he was on MASH. He was voice acting as a dog in Crooked Canine.
Yep, it's Alan Alda.
Yeah, just a real like sweet man, and that comes through in his voice, right? So I'm like, does he have what it takes to be a canine police officer? I don't know, you gotta be tough. But apparently he is. Like, he's like pinned his kids down, and then Walter Matthau finally like trudges up to them. He's way out of breath, and he's like, oh, looky what we have here, because the dog like identified the backpack and everything. And the kid's like, oh, that's not mine, I just found the backpack or whatever. And what happens is like the next day they go in front of the police chief, and it's played by that guy Emmett Walsh, who's from Serpico and like Blade Runner, and he's like always the police chief, right?
He just looks like a police chief.
And he's kind of got an attitude about him. He's like, God damn it, Alan and Walter.
And the dog's name is Alan.
Yeah. And the cops
they're just the characters are just named after the actors playing them, apparently. Or maybe that was what their names were in the script, and they just, for that reason, those actors' names jumped into the casting directors' heads. What do you think the order was?
I think that's almost certainly what it was.
Yeah.
Is like, I really picture this character as an Alan, and then an Alan Alda comes in to read for it. Yeah,
right.
They get the part. But Emmett Walsh's police chief character is like, God damn it, you made this great bust, and you got those kids. And it's like, he sounds pissed off, but he's like telling them they did a good job, basically. And we just got a tip off for tonight. You're going to be on another stakeout you're going to be at the Nuffs building.
Nuffs. Yeah.
Walter Matthau's like, all right, I'll pick you up tonight, Alan, before the stakeout.
So the implication is the dog lives on his own.
Right.
Or does he have an owner that's not?
No, he doesn't have an owner, because remember, in the next scene, it's when they get into a little bit of his backstory.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're on the stakeout at the Nuffs building. They're waiting for everyone to leave, basically.
Should we explain what the Nuffs building is?
Yeah, I didn't understand what Nuffs was. Is Nuffs real?
Nuffs, N-U-F-S.
N-U-F-S?
I think it's a cracker, right? Is that what we
it's like some sort of snack. In my opinion, not what you would want to call your snack is Nuffs, because doesn't that sound like, oh, I've had enough?
Well, as I told you, sorry, but the first time we recorded this episode...
No, we didn't record this episode already.
Right, sorry.
This
is the first time I'm going to tell you.
Hey, don't bring it up again.
Okay, sorry. Their Nuff's slogan is, you just can't get letter A. Nuffs.
Enough. And even though the word they're playing off is enough, right?
Right. You just can't get
They're foolish.
Nuffs.
A good name is s'mores. I know that's not like a copyrighted business
right.
term or whatever. Like, so I want to get s'more of that. Like, they should have tried for something like that, not enough. But anyway, they're at the Nuffs building, and they're talking in the car, as they seemingly always do. Walter Matthau is basically like telling this dog, even though I've only got 6 days left on the force, I'll be your bud. And Alan's like, and I could use a friend because, after my divorce, she cleaned me out. She said I was married to the job of being a canine drug-sniffing dog, and I didn't have any time for her. Mm-hmm. And in the divorce, she took everything. She took the house, the dog house, and she took all my favorite food dishes and stuff.
Yeah. And squeaky bones toys.
And so he has nothing, basically. Like, he's like destitute now, but like he just lives for the job or whatever. But anyway, they see the last person leave the Nuffs building. Mm-hmm. And then there's a cool part where they have to like with the window above the door, you know, that's like cracked open a little bit. And the dog is like, hey, give me a boot. And Walter Matthau kind of like leans over, and the dog like runs up his back. Yeah. And, like, runs through the little one. It's real cool. So they're going around. Oh, and we forgot to mention, like, when Walter Matthau picked up the dog for the stakeout, the dog was like, oh, what kind of snacks do you pack? Because I'm starving. I haven't had any dinner or whatever. And Walter Matthau says, I forgot to pack the snacks. I'm so sorry. And the dog is like, oh, but you're my best friend, so I forgive you. Whatever. And this comes into play in a little bit, because they do, like... He's a master drug sniffing dog. He's the best of the best. He finds like where they're keeping basically like a tower of bricks of cocaine. It's right in the food processing area. So it's like they were doing like phony boxes of Nuffs, but filled with cocaine, basically. Right. To ship them to distribute them or whatever. Whoever. Basically what happens is the dog is like, we're not going to be able to carry all of this, just you and me. Right, we need some more. We need some help or whatever. So Walter Matthau goes back to the car, because that's where the radio is, to like call in for help. Yeah. And the dog like sees the Nuffs, the crackers right there, and it's like, oh God, I haven't eaten all night. I'll just snack on some of these. So basically, what happens is like the dog is chowing down on these Nuffs crackers, but what he didn't realize is one of the bricks of cocaine had like torn open, and some of the cocaine like spilled on the crackers. And so he's chowing down. He gets a taste of that cocaine. And you see like they do a close up on his eyes, and his eyes get dilated and stuff. And he goes, I could get used to this. He likes it. The next day, the police chief calls them into the office. He's like, God damn it, Alan Alda, the dog, and Walter Matthau, the police officer. You did that. This is the biggest
Talk
bust
about
of the year.
expositional dialogue.
This is the biggest bust of the year. Like, we think Nuff himself may be implicated. So you need to bring him in.
Nuff being the owner and
the-
creator of Nuff's Crackers. Yeah.
Is Nuff's Crackers real?
Yeah. Remember when we recorded this the first time at my apartment and you saw a box of Nuffs? And then that's how you got the idea for Nuffs?
Mike, you are working my last nerve.
Oh, sorry. I know you told me not to.
Yeah, please don't.
Okay.
This is your final warning. Okay. So Nuffs is a real... yeah, so... Because I always wonder about, like, product placement where the product comes off very poorly. Because, like, you would think the worst of Nuffs if you thought, like, oh, if you saw this movie and you're like, oh, they're implicated in a cocaine smuggling scheme.
They say any press is good press. Is that a saying? Is that a saying?
It is
no
a
such
saying.
thing as bad publicity is what I was
Right,
thinking.
yeah. Okay, yeah. It got me thinking about Nuffs.
Right.
I'm like, if they're good enough for this dog,
This is a decade later, but look at how M&M's regretted not having the E.T. placement.
yeah, they're like, we don't want a gross monster eating M&Ms.
Right.
And Nuffs has stood the test of time. Like, they're not Nabisco, but they're not nothing.
Right.
Anyway, so they go out that night, and Walter Matthau was basically like, I now have 5 days left on the force. He didn't have anything else to say that time. Normally, he follows it up with something, but he didn't this time. So they arrest Mr. Nuff. They take him to, like, the interrogation room with, like, the glass and everything. It's real cool. And
two-way mirror.
Why do they call it that? Because you only can see one way through it.
That I always wondered about that myself. Yeah, it really should be a one-way.
But every mirror is a one-way mirror. There isn't a better thing to call it. That's probably why they call it that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Alan Alda, the dog, says to Walter Matthau, hey, you know how we're always playing good cop, bad cop, and you always get to be the bad cop, and I always have to be the good cop? What do you say we change it up and just do it the other way this time? And he's like, fine, if you think you can do it. You know, I've only got 5 days left on the force. So,
4.5 at this point.
Mm-hmm. Walter Matthau and the police chief are, like, interrogating Mr. Nuff, and they're not getting anything out of him. He's like, stunned. He's like, I'm not saying a word until my lawyer gets here or whatever. His lawyer's in Aruba. Or was it Jamaica?
I just know that somebody wanted to take... Yeah. What a terrible rhyme.
So they come out and they're like, all right, he's made of stone. You go in there. And the dog goes in. And Mr. Nuff is like, I already told your partner, I'm not saying a word until my lawyer gets here. And the dog's like, I think you might change your mind. And then he, like, flips off the microphone, right? Mm-hmm. The speaker. So they can't hear what's going on in the next room, so they can just see him. And the police chief is like, God damn it, what's he doing? And Walter Matthau is like, oh, it's just like an intimidation tactic or whatever. The dog starts screaming, and Mr. Nuff like, how do you get in contact with your distributors? How do you get in touch with them? And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just distribute crackers. So he does distribute. So maybe he should have assumed that's what he was talking about. But anyway, the dog is, like, yelling at him. It's like, the street level drug dealers, how do you get in touch? And basically what he does is he jumps across the table and grabs onto his crotch, and it goes, and one of his balls just, like, pops right off. In the next room, the police chief is like, God damn it, you can't be doing this. And Walter Matthau, like, puts a hand out. He's like, let's see where this is going.
Yeah. On the billboard for Nuffs, in addition to the slogan,
you can't get a
Nuffs.
Right.
Grammatically questionable, but there's also Mr. Nuff is basically he's
like
the mascot.
Right? He's like the Colonel Sanders
exactly.
or Dave Thomas. Right?
So this guy is also famous for having a mustache.
Right.
But when the mustache isn't there,
right.
That's when the dealers know to get in touch.
So, yeah, it's an interesting billboard with a removable mustache, basically.
Like a Mr. Potato Head type clip-on.
So that's all he needs to know. And it's like, please let me keep my other ball. And he's like, I don't think so. He takes the other ball, it goes flying, and it hits the glass. It's real cool. It would have been awesome if this movie was 3D, because it would go and it would look like it hit the screen.
It did look like that shot was composed for 3D. Like when somebody's got the paddle ball one in the camera.
Really cool. But so this guy's out of balls, right? And he bleeds out because he has to silence him, right?
Right.
Does he also rip out his throat, maybe? Because this is a gritty crime drama.
It is gritty.
So, yes, the dog also rips out this Mr. Nuff's throat, and now he can't talk. And then the police police chief finally busts his like, God damn it, Alan Alda the dog. What are you doing? You can't be murdering a suspect. And he's like, oh, sorry. I just got so frustrated because he didn't tell me anything. I didn't get any information out of him. And I just, I got really worked up. The police chief is like, God damn it. One more mistake like that and you're going to be writing parking tickets.
That your butt can't cash. The guy said the same thing the first. Sorry.
You were going to listen. You were going to feel like a fucking idiot because I'm going to go on YouTube and find out how to edit a podcast. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to take out all the times you said we already recorded this. And you're just going to, we'll have wasted all your time.
You've never edited a
Not yet, but I'm going to learn. How hard can it be?
So
do you do it?
Every episode before this is just beginning to end. That was just how it was.
Well, you've done a few of them.
Okay.
Do you edit your podcast?
Here and there.
Well, I'm going to learn.
Okay.
And if I can't figure it out, I'm going to go on TaskRabbit.
Oh, and get it?
And get someone else to do it.
Is it like $5? What is
$5 an hour.
$5 an hour. That doesn't seem worth it for anyone.
People are desperate. Anyway, so the dog, basically now he knows how to get in touch with the street level dealers. And so after he kills this guy and whatever, and he gets yelled at by the police chief, Walter Matthau's character is like, maybe you want to swing by the beer and swing by the bar for a beer on the way home or something. And the dog's like, no, I got some paperwork. You kill a suspect. You got to fill out some forms or whatever. I'm going to skip tonight. I'll just be hanging out in the office. And Walter Matthau was like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow, at which point I'll have 4 days left on the force. And the dog, instead of doing the paperwork, goes to the evidence room, but he goes and he steals the key, right? And he takes the key in his mouth and he goes to the evidence room, and it's real cool because the dog uses the key to put it in the doorknob and then uses his mouth to... It was really cool. This is a talented dog.
Right. And this is, pre-CGI.
Yeah, this is real.
So this is all real animal actors. Well, a dog actor.
Yeah. I did notice there weren't a lot of other animals in the movie.
And it also doesn't... we haven't talked about this yet, this iteration of this episode.
Shut the fuck up! I told you to stop saying we already recorded this one.
I apologize. We haven't talked about the fact that,
we haven't talked about
this seems to be a world where people readily accept that this dog can talk and live.
Right, but it's not like it's a world where every animal talks.
It seems to just be this one dog. Yeah.
But like you say, it doesn't really faze anyone.
Right.
It's just a dog. Anyway, he goes into the evidence room. On his collar, he's got like one of those things where you pull out the shit bags, because when people take him for a walk, they have to pick up his shit.
Yes.
And so he's got the little dispenser on his collar, and he takes out a bunch of the bags and fills them with cocaine, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how he sneaks out with them. And someone's like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, these are all full of dog shit. And so that's how he smuggles them out. And they're like, oh, keep going.
Right.
And so then that's when he goes to the billboard, right? I don't know how they trained a dog to do this, but he climbs up the ladder in the middle of the night, right? And removes the mustache. And then basically the dealers just show up under the billboard, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you're not our normal guy. And he's like, there's a new big dog in town. So then he gives the shit bags to the drug dealers, and soon enough, he's rolling in cash, right?
Yeah.
He buys a new place, like a big marble doghouse with like columns.
Roman style, Greco-Roman.
Yeah. Like the wrestling.
He's living the high life as the new kingpin.
There's one scene where he picks up 2 prostitutes, takes them back to his place, and was like sniffing cocaine off their tits. It's real weird to see a dog do that.
Right. We get to the next day at the police station. Uh-huh. It's Walter Matthau's 4th to last day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's got like 4 days
math,
left.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So they bring in the guy who's going to replace him because he's got to train his replacement, basically. So now...
The dog's new partner, basically.
Yeah. So there's 3 of them now. There is a trio. This guy is played by an actor that I wasn't familiar with, but you seem to know who he was.
Oh, it's Dennis Christopher from the movie Breaking Away. Did you ever see that?
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
It's really, really good. You should check it out.
Okay. I got to add it to my letterbox.
I'll wait while you do that.
Okay. Breaking Away. 79?
Yeah.
Forgotten Video Store gave it 4 stars. Peter Yates?
Yep.
What else did he do? Bullet?
Oh, yeah. Bullet.
Friends of Eddie Coyle? I've never
Oh,
heard
that's
of
really good. You should check out Friends of Eddie Coyle. That's also like a 70s crime.
He did Kroll. All right, anyway. pretty much right off the bat, this rookie cop starts to notice something is off about the dog.
Because, like, Walter Matthau tells him, like, before he meets, it's like, oh, my partner, Alan Alda, the dog, has been going through a hard time. He got divorced. He, like, his wife cleaned him out.
Yeah.
And then the first thing Dennis Christopher notices, the rookie cop, hey, if he's so poor, how's he got a diamond collar on? So Emmett Walsh, the police chief, tells him, like we have an informant who said, like, the re-up is happening tonight underneath the Nuff's billboard. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be your stakeout. So the dog basically, like, he calls all his guys, right? And is like, I just heard there's going to be cops waiting at the billboard tonight. Mm-hmm. So don't show up. Then you stay on these two guys that are like, cops, we know where they're going to be. Let's fucking kill them. You get to the stakeout and they're all getting to know each other. And it's like, oh, I'm Walter. I got 3 days left on the force or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, I'm Dennis. This is actually my first day on the force. And you're showing me the ropes right now as we speak.
Man, so much expositional dialogue in this movie.
But what happens is this car comes up and the dog, like, takes a look at this car. He's like, hey, that looks, because it's like a Dodge Dart and it's purple. And he's like, I know. He goes, we've got company. The dog is driving and, like, slams on the gas. The other two don't know what he's doing, but the Dart, like, spins around and one of the guys, like, pops out the window, starts blasting away at them. All of a sudden, we're in the crazy chase scene, streets of New York, a dog driving a car followed by two killer coke dealers, not realizing that their boss is the one driving the cop car. The bad guy car knocks off one of the supports on the billboard, and the billboard comes down like that, Nuff's face, and, like, he kind of goes, oh, and, like, makes a scared face as he's, like, falling to the ground. It's real cool. And then they go, and it's, like, the marketplace. It's the middle of the night, so I don't know why the marketplace is, like, active or whatever, but there's, like, fruit cart. There's, like, all these carts and stuff, and they're, like, driving through them and swerving all around and, like, upending different carts. And what happens is the dog, like, drives through a bunch of carts in a row. It's like a banana cart and a raspberry cart and a yogurt cart and an ice cart and a blender cart, and they all, like, come together in the air, and it goes yeah, and, like, some guy, like, grabs it out of the air and, like, takes a sip and is like, hey, I think we got something here, and it goes in to his name tag and it says smoothie, and that's how smoothies are invented.
It plays very much like there's that line in Titanic where they're like, that Picasso artist, he's never going to amount to anything, but except this was actually made in 1973.
Right, yeah.
So somehow they predicted the invention of the smoothie.
I think that this was it. This was the invention of the smoothie.
Okay, and it just caught on from
and people call it that because of the guy's name in the movie.
I thought one of the most memorable moments from the car chase was when they drive past the tennis court.
Oh yeah. Middle of the night, but there's people playing tennis.
And there's a woman, she's pushing this cart. They have at the tennis court, they have the lady who goes around and collects all the
puts them in the
loose tennis balls to return them back to the rack or whatever. And she's about to push it across the street.
This is the nightmare for a dog.
Yeah, and the dog sees this and he's like, I'm going too fast to stop.
Right.
I'm about to hit a cart full of tennis balls, his favorite thing in the world. Mm. Of course he does. The box just explodes and the dog is freaking out. I can't believe I did that.
But then he looks in the rearview mirror.
And it wasn't full of tennis balls. The box actually had a living human baby in it. Whew. And the dog, like, wipes his forehead.
Then there's this really exciting part where the dog is like, he turns the corner and they're coming up on one of those bridges, you know, where it lifts in the middle. It's like, and it starts to lift and he's getting close. And then a guy, like, runs out. He's like, stop. The bridge is lifting. You can't go that way. And the dog goes, oh, okay. And he turns around and goes a different way.
And, like, a block away is a bridge that doesn't open up.
Yeah, and he just takes that one instead.
At that point, after he gets across the bridge, we get that moment. We've seen this before where there's, like, a homeless guy and he's got the usual, like, tattered clothes on with a knit wool cap. And he's drinking out of a flask and he's like, takes a drink and then we think he sees the dog driving
a car,
the police car. And he throws his drink away, you know, but then we get a POV shot of what he's actually seeing. And it's a giraffe in a rocket ship.
But the chase basically comes to an end because there's like a cool ramp in the road and they like hit that and like the car flips over.
Right.
And like the cops are scrambling out of the cars and then the bad guys are coming out with their guns and they're like blasting away. They're not waiting to talk. They're just going to kill these cops. And the dog like sprints at them. And Walter Matthau's like, no, don't kill them. They're suspects. We need their information or whatever. The dog just like basically jumps up, takes the head, and it's real cool. He like shakes them around like, and like the head pops right off and he does one and then the other. It's real awesome.
Because we know in the audience that the dog doesn't want.
Yeah, he has to silence these people. Oh, because they're like, boss? As he's coming up, and Dennis Christopher is like a young man, and he hears it. He's like, boss.
And the dog's like, boss is kind of slang for cool sometimes.
Yeah.
So they were just saying boss.
Like that's so boss that a dog is going to jump and bite us in the head.
So that was his way of covering this part up, but the rookie is still kind of suspicious.
So then Emmett Walsh makes them come to his office again. He's like, God damn it, you killed 2 more suspects. You do this one more time, and I'm going to bust you down. You're going to be writing parking tickets.
He keeps making these threats that never seem to really go anywhere, just kind of like how you've been threatening me every time I mention that we've recorded it.
I'm so mad! And so what happens, he's like, you can take the rest of the day off and cool your jets.
Yeah.
And Walter Matthau is like, hey, I've only got 2 days left on the force, but I'll take today off. Meaning I'll really only have 1 work day left.
Right.
The dog goes to the strip club, right? And what we learn is the dog has no way to get more cocaine, so he's running kind of low in his stash, right?
Yeah.
He like cleaned out the evidence locker and he distributed some to his men, but he's like, I don't know how to get more cocaine. And he's telling this all to the stripper who's like giving him a lap dance, which is cool to see the dog like sitting back, smoking a cigarette with like a stripper like dancing.
Yeah.
He's like, and I don't know how to get more cocaine. So I stopped giving it to my guys because I need it now. And so he's been using up all the rest of his cocaine. And then like basically one of the dealers comes and puts a gun to his head, right? And is going to fucking ice him. Oh, speaking of the evidence locker, the rookie's like, hey, I should learn more about what this cocaine's like. He goes in, he sees all the empty bags where the cocaine used to be. There's a sign that says like, this is where the cocaine goes.
Right.
And it's just a bunch of empty bags. He's like, huh? Someone's been stealing the cocaine out of the evidence locker.
This is the weird part where I was like, what are the rules of this world? Because he's like, I got to take these paw prints in to see who these paw prints belong to. And I'm like, huh? There's just one dog cop. How many other cops could there be?
Yeah, they take it to this real dork who's got like big glasses and he like runs. He's like, I can analyze this. And they have like the paw print and the footprints of every officer who has access to the evidence locker, and it like flashes real quick. And then finally it's like match. And they do like the superimposition. So, and it's like, it's Alan Alda, the canine police officer.
Right. Like, why wouldn't he just have realized that immediately?
Well, it's good to have science to back it up.
Right.
So that's when he decides to start tailing Alan Alda the dog, who has a gun to his head. They cut back to that.
Yeah.
So what Alan Alda the dog does is, you think he's going to bite the bad guy? He doesn't. He bites the stripper's thong and like pulls on it really hard. And then it like snaps like a rubber band and goes whew, and like knocks the guy's gun out of his hand. And then he attacks him by the throat again, rips that guy's throat right out. And that part's cool because like his whole spine comes out, and the whole spine comes out of that guy's throat.
I didn't know that the throat was attached to the spine, but
well, it's in the back, isn't it?
Right.
And then the next day at work, they spend the whole day at Walter Matthau's retirement party, and the dog's like, I got you something a little special. And then Dennis Christopher's like scratching his chin. He's like, hey, I thought this guy was supposed to be poor, and yet he wears diamonds.
Yeah.
Also, he stole all that cocaine, which I already know about.
He really wants to be sure. You know, you don't want to. It's a major accusation.
Right. Yeah. Also, he's like new, right?
Yeah. And he doesn't want to overstep.
Like Ethan Hawke, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, maybe cops are supposed to be doing drugs and like killing people.
Right.
Like the dog basically got a giant cake with a stripper to pop out at this guy's retirement party, and Walter Matthau is like not into it. He's like, this is so unprofessional. This is a work party,
right? And
everything. And so this is our clue that the dog is he's gone too far down this road. Also, he kills people.
Yes.
Reminded me of Breaking Bad. Remember, it's like he seems so nice at the beginning of the movie, but then turn wrong.
Walter Matthau's character, it's clear that he thinks it's unprofessional, but the dog starts to notice something's off with the stripper. Like, she's like doing her thing, but she looks nervous about it.
Sure, yeah.
And then we get like a high angle shot of like what's going on below the tiers of the cake.
Yeah.
Like within the Trojan horse that is the hollow retirement cake. And there's a guy holding a gun to the stripper's like thigh.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's her moneymaker.
Right. Ready to pounce because he is tired of Alan, the dog, being in charge of the drug cartel.
Walter Matthau goes out to like give the stripper a hand to help her out of the cake. And see, like, oh, you can go home or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, oh, we'll pay you and everything. But then the killer, like, pops up. And I'm like, oh, no. It would be so ironic if on his last day on the force, the cop would die, you know. He's looking forward to his retirement. Keeps talking about how his grandkids are learning how to fish and stuff. That would be so sad if he died.
And a little cliche, to be honest. But
has that happened in other stuff?
I feel like it has.
You tell me the cop who has 1 week left to...
Yeah, the cliche is almost a cliche. It's a cliche.
But you got to remember, this is 1973. Maybe they had never...
Yeah.
But also, it's neither here nor there because that doesn't happen.
Right.
Because the guy pops up.
They defied our expectations.
Right. And he points his gun at the dog. Walter Matthau, like, karate chops him. Basically, like, there's, like, a ton of cops in this room. So they wrestle him to the ground and they get him. And the dog clearly, like, lunges like he's going to kill him. And it's like, oh, you don't have to kill this one. We got him. Because the dog wanted to silence this guy.
Yeah.
Because he knows right away, like, oh, this is one of the street-level dealers who's trying to knock me out because I've been hoarding all the cocaine for myself. Walter Matthau's character retires in safety. He turns in his gun and badge. He's going to spend more time with his kids, whatever.
Now the dog is partners with Dennis Christopher.
Right. It's the next day, Saturday, so they have the day off because there's no policing on Saturdays. But Dennis Christopher's like, I'm going to follow that dog.
I mean, Dennis Christopher suspects that the dog is up to no good.
Right.
And people who are up to no good know to be up to no good on Saturday because there's no cops around.
Good point. He learns that the suspect who got caught at the retirement party got out on bail, and they're like, oh, what's his address? And it's like 18th or whatever the fuck. I don't remember what the address was.
Right.
But it's in Chinatown, right? Uh-huh. He fucking goes to Chinatown. He's like, he trails the dog, and the dog's going through, and he's like chasing the killer, and there's like a big parade, and like the dragon is going through. There's, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a big puppet dragon that like 30 people are inside of it and stuff is going down the street. And Dennis Christopher like asks somebody, it's like, oh, is it like a festival or something? It's like, no, this is just what we do. We do this every day.
Right. This is life in Chinatown.
It's like, first you see the guy who tried to kill the dog. He's like, excuse me, to the dragon. And then the dog goes by, and then Dennis Christopher's chasing the dog. He follows and follows and follows, and the guy can tell he's being followed by the dog, and he ducks into like a factory.
But it's not the Nuff's factory.
It's a completely different factory.
Right. The smoke and steam factory, as Roger Ebert used to call it. Right?
And in fact, the sign out front is like, Cornelius is Smoke and Steam.
Yeah.
Like, it's a company that produces smoke and steam. Like, if you need some smoke and like, if you're gonna do like smoked salmon or something,
right? Or make a movie with smoke and steam in it.
Great point. Haunted house.
There you go.
I guess fog is a little bit. Anyway, they go into this place, and the dog like gets the guy cornered. Is like, I'm about to rip your throat out. It's something I've come to love doing. And then Dennis Christopher busts in, is like, I don't think so, Alan. The dog. I've been tailing you, and the dog goes, I have enough tails. One tail. That's as many as a dog needs, and goes in like, and rips the gun out of his hand. Potential assassin like sneaks away, but then Walter Matthau is in Chinatown too, and he's like,
It's my first day of retirement.
Right. He's like, I'm so proud of my kids. They caught a salmon today. And to smoke this salmon, I'm going to swing by the smoke and steam factory. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, this could turn bad or whatever. But then there's like an open manhole cover, and he falls all the way in, and and I'm like, at least he's alive. You know, it'd be so sad if he died by falling down a open manhole cover on his first day of retirement. And then he's like, oh no, one of the crocodiles that we learned about are in New York sewers or whatever. And it jumps him in half.
This is all off screen. You're just kind of hearing.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my bottom half.
Oh, me from the waist down.
Rest in peace. So anyway, in the smoke and steam factory, the potential assassin got away, and then Alan Alda the dog and Dennis Christopher are having a battle. They like climb up on the walkway that's like metal and stuff.
Yeah, the
and like,
catwalk. Yeah.
not a dog walk.
Oh.
And then who comes in but a little boy and a little girl, and they're like, we're meeting our grandpa here. The dog is like, what? And they're like, Walter Matthau's our grandpa, and he's gonna smoke our salmon for us. Dennis Christopher's like, huh? And the dog takes the opportunity to like pin him down, and he's about to rip his throat out. And the little girl basically says, while we're waiting, maybe I'll just snack on this chocolate bar. And right then, when she pulls out the chocolate bar, one of the steam stacks goes up, goes whoosh, catches the chocolate, goes whoosh, flies into the dog's mouth. And if we know anything about dogs,
it makes them instantly explode.
Yeah.
Like a seagull eating an Alka-Seltzer.
And so like his ears go up and there's like steam coming, and his eyes go, they pop out, and like
it's really a visual callback to the testicles from earlier.
Right, yeah. Dennis Christopher is like, I mean, he's happy that he didn't get killed, but it's traumatic to have a dog explode right above you, and like there's goop going on him and stuff. And then they cut, and it's the next day. Well, it's the following Monday at any rate, and they're giving Dennis Christopher a big medal. Because there's like, he solved the drug problem in New York.
Yeah.
And Emmett Walsh is like, God damn it, you got a bright future ahead of you. And I cannot see myself busting you down to writing parking tickets.
The chief is like, and guess what? Since Alan Alda the dog is not on the force anymore, you can have his cushy corner office.
He goes in, and no one's cleared it out yet.
He's brought his soup. His lunch is just a bowl of soup, right?
Yeah.
He's like, man, I wish I had some crackers to go with this soup.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls open the drawer, and we see a package of Nuffs.
Yeah.
Which,
it's like, oh,
yeah,
this is great.
Crackers, perfect with the soup. Little does he know.
It was one of the cases.
We know like, as the audience,
yeah,
he's about to be exposed.
Yeah, you see him put it in the soup, and it's all the white powder.
Right.
It's all in there.
I thought this was really clever, visually inventive, that the credits of the movie play out on a POV shot of the soup bowl,
right,
and all the credits
soup.
Are spelled out in the alphabet soup.
That was a really good movie. Thanks for picking that out. Oh, did you notice at the very, very end, it had like the American Humane Society, no animals were unharmed in the making of this movie. Right. And I thought, that seems like a double negative. I couldn't parse it. Anyway, to end out the show, I like to do plugs and shout outs. So anything you want to promote, you can do that. And anything you want to shout out and celebrate and like shine a light on, you can do that as well. For me, I want to shout out junk mail, because they're keeping the postal service alive. I love the postal service. I like stuff that comes to my house, and I love stamps, and you know, if it takes getting junk mail every day to keep that a part of my life, I'll take it. Shout out junk mail. So
you may know, if you listen to this podcast, that David has been a regular guest on my podcast, which is all about Star Wars. Uh-huh. It's called Who's the Bossk? David has been on every 10 episodes since we started in early 2020.
Pre-COVID.
Like immediately pre-COVID, we started that podcast. And we're approaching 250 episodes of Who's the Bossk. And that I've decided and announced already that will be the final episode of Who's the Bossk.
Yeah. And just like the United States ended at 250. 250
is the perfect number to end things on. Mm-hmm. And David will be my guest for the final episode. We'll be talking all about the Harrison Ford vehicle, The Fugitive from 1993. There's mention of a doghouse in that movie. Yes. Hen house. Doghouse, cat house. What else does he say? Outhouse? Fox house, outhouse. Who's the Bossk is wrapping up. David will be on the final episode. You can still listen to the 249 previous episodes. Yeah, there's a whole archive. A lot of good stuff. 250. So many. I felt like I had to wait until it didn't seem like I was giving up. So many podcasts are like 8 episodes and done or whatever. Right, I think that's most. Yeah. But 250 really feels like I got to a number. That's a chunk of your life too, isn't it? Yeah. That's 6 years, huh? So wow. Congratulations. Thank you. And I had so much fun doing that show. Obviously, this podcast, Forgotten Video Store, wouldn't exist without Who's the Bossk. Anything else? That's all. I'm good. The end. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Forgotten Video Store. Tell all the movie lovers in your life about this podcast and rate and review the show on your podcast app if you've got a minute. Do you ever think different types of alcohol affect you differently? Red wine makes me sleepy and sad, whiskey makes me frisky, that kind of stuff. And if you go to the bar, how would your night play out differently based on what drink you order? Listen next week as comedian Leah Renee joins me to rent a metaphysical movie that asks life's big questions, such as, what kind of booze do you like? Forgotten Video Store is a slop-free zone. We never use any AI for any part of the production of this podcast. Get out of here with that shit. Martin Scorsese, you're on thin ice, buddy. The music in this episode is Funky Energy Loop and Urban Gauntlet by Kevin MacLeod and Compotech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Okay, bye!